Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tabitha Carr. I make acting videos and lifestyle videos, and today we are going to be doing one monologue 5 different ways. This can be really helpful to think about if you have a casting director or a director who says, "That was great, just try something new," and you're like, that's what I had prepared. These are little tips that you can keep in your back pocket for whenever that moment arises, or for whenever you're struggling with an audition and you need to coach yourself through it. The first way we're going to do this monologue is just how I normally would do this monologue, just my first initial instincts for it. Teddy, I am so alone. I don't have anything anymore. All I do is sit and look at my phone and think about all the terrible things I've done. And then I go to work, and then I drink, and then I come home to no one, and then I sit and think about all the terrible things I've done again and again, and I go crazy. I liked that one, but we are going to play with dials. So I would say that that one was probably at like a 4 for me. So I can play with turning up the dial or I can lower the dial. So since that one's a lower number, I can crank up the intensity if I feel like I'm not giving enough. I feel like it would be fun if we could see this scene in like the 6 to 8 range because it is really intense and there's so many emotions here. Let's play with that. Daddy, I am so alone. I don't have anything anymore. All I do is sit and look at my phone and think about all the terrible things I've done. And then I go to work, and then I drink, and then I come home to no one. And I sit and I think about all the terrible things I've done again and again, and I go crazy. Okay, so that brought out something different. I don't know if it exactly fits in the world that we're in, but I think it's true to the monologue itself, like just going text-based. So that may not be exactly where I want to land, but that's what we explored whenever we turned up the dial. And we could still do that again and again. And go crazy. We're going to move on and try a new approach. This is a fun one that I got from a Los Angeles-based casting director, and it is to have a secret. Okay, this scene takes a lot out of you. I'm going to give my character a secret as she goes into the scene with her dad. I'm gonna go do the scene, and then I'll tell you what the secret is afterwards. So think about what secret you would use for this, and this could be anything. This could be that you tooted in public transit and you thought it was really funny and nobody expected that it was you. Or like that could work for a comedic scene. Or it could be that you slept with your boss's partner and they don't know and you're going into a big meeting with them. Whenever you have the secret, it doesn't apply to like what actually happens in the story. It's just something to give some dynamicism to your inner world, your inner thought process, and it just comes across on screen, but it doesn't have to affect the character or the truth of the scene at all. But it's good if it's like rooted in the emotion that you want to come out of it. So I have my secret, you come up with yours, and let's do the scene. Daddy, I am so alone. I don't have anything anymore. All I do is I sit and look at my phone and think about all the terrible things I've done. And then I go to work, and then I drink, and then I come home to no one. And then I sit and think about all the terrible things I've done again and again, and I go crazy. Her secret in that scene was that she was going to end things that night. And it's her one moment of actually being honest with her dad. Because she knows it might be their last conversation. Okay, so this one, listen, it's not the way I work, but it can work for other people, so I want to mention it. So this is based in, there's a lot of different ways to say it. Laban technique, Laban, I don't even know which one I say. This one is based in Laban technique, and it is an extrinsic way. It's a way to work from the outside in, meaning I'm taking a tool from the outside to get emotions from inside to come out. Versus the way I work is I use my memory, I use just my emotions from the inside to then work outward with the character. So though I hope that makes sense, I hope that I explained that well enough. So this technique, Laban technique, you can apply a lot of different ones. I can put a little picture on the screen of like all the different levels, but for this, I think she is, I don't know, it's so technical, it's so hard to explain it. Whenever you have to press or to ring, then they all have like 3 different identifiers that apply to them. So I thought this scene was either press or ring, which means that it's heavy. Both of them are heavy. I wasn't sure if it was direct or indirect. I could see it being both, like her really pressing the information to him very forcefully, that would be very direct, or if she's trying to ring it. I feel like sometimes like the way I've been doing it is that she's been ringing around, going around the way of the conversation, but I really think this next one I want to play with press, which would be direct and slow. So I'm only going to be thinking about being heavy, direct, and slow, but I'm mainly going to think about pressing the information to him, which will extrinsically bring up emotions. Last few that I've been doing have been very emotion-based, and it's, you know, it's taken it out of me. I am very hot in my house right now. I'm getting tired just from the weight of the scene. So you have to think about that. It's also a really good way, you know, say you have a lot of work to do that day, a lot of scenes to get through, and you don't want to be like emotionally drained, then working extrinsically could be very valuable to sort of save your emotionality and just think about pressing the information, or, you know, whichever Laban technique that you choose. It's also usually based in movement styles, but it can also be used for dialogue, as I'm going to do. So now, Daddy, I am so alone. I don't have anything anymore. All I do is sit and look at my phone and think about all the terrible things I've done. And then I go to work, and then I drink, and then I come home to no one, and I sit and I think about all the terrible things I've done again and again, and I go crazy. Okay. After all of that work, after all of that hard work, clocking in as an actor, the final way that we're going to do this monologue is we're just gonna have fun with it. We get to take everything that we've learned and put it in one monologue, one final one, and this is usually what I do whenever I have one in the can, ready to go, ready to be sent off. It's technically perfect where I want it, and then I just do one, balls to the walls, have fun with it, and sometimes this replaces the perfect cut. So that's what we're gonna do now. Daddy, I am so alone. I don't have anything anymore. All I do is sit and look at my phone and think about all the terrible things I've done. And then I go to work and I drink, and then I come home to no one, and I sit and I think about all the terrible things I've done again and again and again. I go crazy. I really hope you had fun with this video, because I know that I did. If you decide to do this, please let me know how it goes. I was kind of dreading doing this video a bit because I haven't shared a lot of my acting with you guys. It's a very vulnerable thing, and I haven't had an audition in a month. And so we don't get to play as working actors. We just work. We just audition and then often don't get paid. And so you can kind of feel like underutilized, underappreciated, and it's like, this is a fun way just to like explore and have fun, flex your muscles and do some acting technique. If you do this, please let me know. I would love to hear about your experience with it. If you have any other approaches, like methods to your acting of like small things that you do, I would love to hear them. I could do another video like this in the future. I'm planning on doing one acting video a month. It's a New Year's resolution, and it's like a little promise to myself that I need to be acting for myself more, and I need to be appreciating my craft more, because it can just get really bogged down. The job becomes auditioning and not really acting. So this was a lot of fun today. And I'm really proud of myself because like I said, I was really nervous about doing this video. So I appreciate you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!